If you notice here, it says Q is a clearance. Okay, it has to do with clearance. Q is access authorization for the Department of Energy. Okay? So, Q, anon, or anonymous, Q is supposed to be about clearance. Okay? So, this information that's coming out, that's coming through so-called Q, I think it's kind of interesting that also this has to do with clearance. Okay? Which has to do with data. That's pretty interesting. But what's even more interesting than that, and I wonder if anybody else out there has connected these dots, is that IBM just announced their quantum Q System 1. You think that's a coincidence? IBM is calling their quantum computer that is now the first integrated quantum computer. It's being called Q. I don't think that's by chance. And I don't think it has to do with the fact that quantum starts with Q. I think there's something much more nefarious going on here. Do y'all remember that IBM was working with Nazi Germany? So here you have the Q system, the first quantum computer. And by the way, it's all about computation. Computers, right? Computer. Or computing numbers. And remember this, that's exactly what the Bible describes with the mark of the beast. Right? The number, his number, the number of the beast, or the number of his name. And that's exactly what this system is all about. But what's even more interesting is that this thing is connected to CERN. There it is, right there, CERN. Very, very interesting. So this quantum computer that's now integrated in New York, where the United Nations is, where this is just too crazy, people. This is crazy stuff here. It's coming together. It's all coming together. Pretty soon, the world will be chipped. There it is. Meet Q. There is Q. This will be one of many. This will be the first of many of the quantum computers that will become a network globally. That's why they need the 5G network. Because this information is going to track. And literally, it's going to be used to store, disseminate the data of the whole world. Not just this one computer. Not just this one quantum computer. That's just the first one. You know, once they make one, it's just a matter of building another one, building another one, and building another one. See, once these are networked together, you see what's going on here? They will have information at their fingertips within seconds on anybody in the world. And I mean anybody. Not only will it have the information of people's eyes, right? The iris, but it'll also have, you know, it's going to have the face recognition. It'll have the chip connected to the chip. Without question, this is part of the B system. There's no question about it. And I still think it's not a coincidence that IBM is at the helm of this, as far as the data, as far as the computation of this. The computation of this is being controlled by IBM, being spearheaded by IBM, which again, let me remind you, worked with Nazi Germany. Now think about this. The scientists that were in Nazi Germany under Operation Paperclip came over to the United States. And now so-called, this QAnon is exposing the MKUltra project. Could it be possible that QAnon is actually Q, the quantum computer? When you read the messages that's coming from Q, they don't sound human, do they? They don't sound like a human person. They're coded. It's in computer language almost, isn't it? It's like a computer speaking. It's like an AI. Like I said, this may be far-reaching, possibly, but very strange. This is Q right here. The first of its kind.
You know, if you look at sort of our history, the people of Pulse in leadership and the digital artists especially, you know, we've been lucky and accomplished enough to have developed the most believable digital humans in history.
The future of the technology, I would say, comes in the evolution of the supporting technologies. You know, ultimately, in terms of making this a viable technology for the consumer to enjoy or for businesses to enjoy, it has to be scalable and it has to be cost effective.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time, even if they would never say those things. So, for instance, they could have me say things like, I don't know, Killmonger was right, or Ben Carson is in the sunken place, or how about this? Simply, President Trump is a total and complete dipshit. Now, you see, I would never say these things, at least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele. This is a dangerous time. Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet.
Now, brothers and sisters, this is quite alarming, to say the least. This is so alarming. I warned about this several months ago when I heard that there was a college that was in the process of developing technology to basically copy somebody's voice and be able to use their voice to say anything they wanted to say. And I says it won't be long before they'll be able to do that with a video or picture. And lo and behold, they now have the technology. See what I said? They now have the technology. Samsung Deep Fake. I'm sure this goes along with Deep Mind. This is AI. Okay? Samsung Deep Fake AI could fabricate a video of you from a single profile pic. Just from a picture of you. You can only imagine where this can go. Here's Mona Lisa. Just a picture of Mona Lisa, and they were able to do this. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Now, just by using the picture, this is what they've been able to do on the left-hand side. Add some voice to that. Now, what if that was somebody that's a real person? It can make anybody say anything they want them to say. And could they get to the point to where people won't be able to tell the difference between that which is real and that which is not real? That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're out to do, according to this article here. Let's read up on this. Artificial intelligence developed by a Samsung lab in Russia can fabricate video from a single image, including a painting. Imagine someone creating a deepfake video of you simply by stealing your Facebook profile pic. The bad guys don't have their hands on that tech yet. That's what they say. But in my opinion, they are the bad guys that are developing the technology.
Not to mention the job training that helps folks earn new skills to fill those jobs.
You know, I think we're in a moment of history where probably the most important thing we need to do is to bring the country together. And one of the skills that I bring to bear is being able to pull together the different strands of American life. And
here's an older Obama speaking his words from a quarter century ago.
although I'm honored, and I think people can say that my election symbolizes some progress, at least within the small confines of the legal community.
I imagine right now they're feeling a bit like us, tumbling down the rough road.